Hey boys and girls, it is me, Miss Wendy, your student advocate, and I hope that you guys all had a wonderful spring break, even in the midst of quarantine. And over spring break, I was thinking that we've been in quarantine for so long and we might need a little bit of a reminder about what it means to be a bucket filler. And so even though we have read this book with our mini PLC assemblies, I think now's a good time to go over it again. So today I'm going to read to you How Full Is Your Bucket for Kids, written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer. Here we go. Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away, you're too little." So he being a bucket filler? I don't know. Let's see what happened with his reaction. "I'm big. Stay back. You'll knock it over." "I can be very careful." "Go play with your baby toys, Anna." Thwack! She knocked it over. "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket." "Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it is full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket?" Have you noticed your own buckets, boys and girls? Invisible buckets? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there it was, his small gray bucket floating above his head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still." Felix slipped and choco wheat scattered across the floor. "Felix," his mom yelled, "you should have used the stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket dip and his big invisible drips spill out. Drip, drip. "Ha ha!" Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her toe. Drip. "Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus," scolded Mom. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the choco wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it." Drip. "Psst, Felix, psst." Drip. "Watch out, shrimp." Drip. Many things cause our buckets to drip, huh? It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. You guys have days like that? I know I do. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land in his bucket. Drop. Drop, plop, plink, drop. The Gigantosaurus who wanted a pet by me, Felix. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped. Even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else has a bucket too. Drop, drop. Let me help you. Here's your baseball. Catch. Thanks, dude. Drop, drop. Hi, I'm Felix. First day? Yes, I'm Amir. Drop, drop. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa! I do have a bucket, and I wonder how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. "Your doll will be okay, Anna," said Felix. "Mom will fix her." Wah! Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks? And so they did. What a great story, boys and girls. I just hope that you guys can go out there and you can be bucket fillers instead of bucket dippers. And remember, like the book said, it fills our buckets when we do kind things for others. So take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye.